Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos, but I do others like the one you're about to see here. Today we're going to get into a little tour of the most recent composition book alteration creation that I have made, and I've been so inspired by other channels here on YouTube. Most specifically, well, I don't even know the names, but there's so many accounts that do altered composition notebook variations, and this was the one that I came up with, that I thought this would be really great to utilize as a junk planner for the entire 2026 year. So I know a lot of people who make these, and also people who use bullet journals, they use maybe two or three books throughout the year. Maybe they do one a quarter, or they do one journal for half of the year and then they start another one mid-year. But I really wanted this to encompass the entire year, so hopefully I will stick with it. I think I will. Last year was the first year that I can actually remember that I have actually stuck with my planning system for the entire calendar year. I was really proud of myself. And I started using sugar paper planners. Like, they sell them at Target, but you can get them on Amazon or Sugar Paper website. So anyway, this is not complete, but I did do the cover. This is multiple pieces of scrapbook paper, wrapping paper. This blue is wrapping paper. And I used this throughout the journal because I wanted this to look very like shabby chic. I'm totally into florals right now, but I also thought the way this turned out, it looks a little bit like Natural Life, if you guys are familiar with that brand. And this is the back cover, so it's similar, but it's not exactly the same. And this is some washi tape, but this is also washi tape. I put it on the top and the bottom, and I got that on Temu, so I thought it was really pretty. But anyway, so you'll see the inside cover is not done. I just kind of wrapped the wrapping paper around just so it would have a nice clean edge. But I left a couple blank pages here because I'm not sure what I want to do at the beginning. But this is my layout for January, and I need to plug in the dates on this one. I think I did it for almost every other one. I don't know why I didn't do this one. But I made just a grid style, month on 2 pages, planner style, because that's what works best for me. I love a planner that has monthly and weekly, but I think that I use the monthly more than anything else. I just like to see everything at once. So I created the calendar on 2 pages, and then I gave myself pages for 2 additional layouts. So most of these pages I've actually taped together, but if I use scrapbook paper, some of them I didn't put 2 composition pages together. What I did in the beginning is count it out. This is an 80-page composition notebook, which is typical for most of them. So I counted out the pages, and I figured out that I could use about 6 pages per month if I wanted to have 12 months in this book. So a little bit more than 6, almost 7. So that's how I did it. And then I have a few pages in the back, which is great because I wanted to be able to have extra space in December for like junk journaling. So I have, did I give myself 2 layouts? Wait, yeah, this one, and then this one, and then I'm into February. And that's how I did it. And I did corner round punches on all the pages because as I put washi tape and I put other papers in here, glued them down, I had kind of like those straight corners, and I don't mind that, but I don't love it because I think they get beat up really quickly. So I wanted to round everything out, so I did use a corner rounder on everything when I was done. So this is February, and I made sure to count out the correct number of date boxes for every month, so I would have extra space to decorate. So I liked having the extra margins because it just gives me more room to personalize the page. So then there's February's extra pages, and then this is more wrapping paper. This is the only actual wrapping paper I used to use. I don't know if you got, like, some of the people who have been shopping at Target since the dollar spot came about, but they used to sell these rolls of wrapping paper, and you can see that they're kind of small. But if you buy wrapping paper on Amazon or Temu, this is pretty much the size you're getting lately, unless it's very specific that it's not. But these used to be $1. And I remember stocking up. I probably had 15 rolls of different wrapping papers. And I actually just used this to wrap a gift, a birthday gift recently, because I still had all my Christmas stuff out. And I'm like, I don't have any wrapping paper. And I was wrapping a book. So I wanted it to be wrapped before I put it in the bag. But this is so nice. I really wish they would bring all their wrapping papers back. And maybe they will. If you guys have seen it more recently than like 10 years ago, let me know. Because I think it's really good to have on hand. The smaller rolls, big size rolls of wrapping paper, I can't stand storing them. So anyways, we're into March. Now I used one, today's one, yeah, I used one pad of paper for the entire journal. And it was like, I don't even know if I have it around. I don't think I have it around, but it was a fall notepad or a scrapbook pad that I got at Michael's, and it was on clearance for like $5. So I used, even though these are fall prints, I used like the lighter ones at the beginning of the year, and then there was some Christmassy ones, so I used it. You'll see as I go. So this is March, right? Did I say that? So is it March? Oh my gosh. No, I didn't. Wait. Good Lord. No, this is March. And then I was in April, and now this is May. Okay. So, and I just did a little slash here if I needed extra space at the end of the month. And then I think we're coming up on June. Yep, June. And I didn't use a ton of different washi tapes because I really don't even know what happened to my washi tape after we moved. It's probably still in the basement packed away somewhere. So I didn't have that much to choose from. But then I noticed I had bought this little Bible journaling kit, and it came with this. This would have been perfect, but that's okay. I have it to use throughout the year because, like I said, I want this to be heavy florals. But what I did is I used the same washi tape for each month. So each month got its own, just to kind of differentiate. So we have July, and this is what August looks like. Getting a little bit, bolder with the darker colors. September. And we're jumping into October. And then this sweater pattern I'm obsessed with. And then this actually starts the pumpkin pages. They didn't have a lot. I think there was only like one or two. But I love the foiling on it. I think it's so pretty. And then we get into November. Now, these sheets that aren't covered, this just gives me a little bit more creative options. I didn't want to cover every single sheet. And also because I didn't really have the variation in papers. So I didn't want it to be too dull. But I figured this is going to be fun for me to work with every month. So it gives me some room to grow creatively. So this is November. And then we've got more plaids, and then this okay, so I'm gonna explain something about the tape, but this says falling leaves, pumpkins, hay rides. This is really pretty, but it's also muted, so I love that. But down here, every single page that I put either the wrapping paper or the scrapbook paper, I reinforced with just like Scotch tape. And I have like my little roll here, but I used a lot of like the extra Christmas tape that I had because I don't want this to come up. And if I want this journal to last an entire year, I don't think glue is the way to go because glue can dry out, especially if you're using this and handling it a lot. So I wanted to use the tape. So if you see that and you're like, what's that about? That's the reason behind it. And also you see that I didn't go all the way in to the binding because if I did, the outside, this would be way too like, it would be way too stressed and then it would be difficult to close the book. So I left the interior here on all the pages because I wanted the book to be able to close. Now it's going to get fatter, as I add more pages and things like that. But, so this is December, and then you can see another sweater pattern. I'm into the greens for December. And then in the back, I have just extra pages, not a whole lot. There's maybe 6 or 7. And then again, I did not finish the inside corners on this, or inside covers rather. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those, but I do want to finish those next. But what I'm going to get into after this video is, first of all, plugging in all the dates for January, and then I'm going to get started on decorating this calendar on 2 pages page. So let me know if you want more videos on this or how-tos. I could do one from scratch. It's not difficult to do at all. I think this composition book, I got it for 98 cents or 97 cents at Walmart. So you're not investing a lot. And I know a lot of us have like extra scrapbook papers and things, and it's just a really good way to use your stash and to make sure that you're, you know, kind of using up your stuff. I used to be somebody, well, I kind of still am. I'm in like the rehab portion of hoarding all of my crafting supplies because, you know, first of all, they're part of my decor usually. You know, you put out all your washi tapes or all your markers or whatever the case may be. So it becomes part of the decor and part of the background in your craft space. But I was buying stuff before I was using what I had. And I was like, this is crazy. You know, like I need to start using this because washi tape, I have found too, depending on, you know, what roll it is or where I got it, it also will kind of lose its stickiness. And so I was like, you know what? I need to start using what I have, and then I won't feel guilty about buying more crafting supplies. But I'm in the process now where I am purging and using up things, and that's just how I'm doing it. Also, I used a Tombow to color in the days of the week on each page, and it's all the same neutral color. So maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should have left that to each month, but I already did it, so it's done. But anyways, that is my, oh, I love the look of this. Oh, I'm obsessed with the way this came out. And it was so easy. It was just, it's a little time consuming, but it was really so easy. But if you want more nitty gritty or you're interested in making something like this, like I said, let me know and I can do more of a tutorial. This is more of a flip through to show you how it turned out. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to say is that I reinforced the spine with, oh my gosh, duct tape. Hello. And at first I put down like this pink color, and it's a really beautiful color, but it was just too bright for the rest of like the papers that I was using. It just kind of clashed. So I went over it with this neutral kind of beigey khaki tape, and I think all that did was strengthen the spine even more. So I think you can really go heavy with the duct tape on your spine, and if you make a mistake like I did and choose the wrong color first, go over it again because it just reinforces it and gives it more strength. So I'm really happy with the spine of this notebook, and I think it's going to hold up for the year I do. But yeah, I'm probably eventually going to put a ribbon around it, you know, do something cutesy, but this is how it turned out. So let me know what you think, and I hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you guys next time.